Yo, 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 what's up? All the places. How's everybody doing today? So we're gonna be doing a little bit of whiteboard, and I want to talk about. It was funny. I was responding to a post earlier, and somebody asked like, what book or program or coach or whatever have you hired to get your messaging really good? And I realized, holy crap, we've freaking hired so many coaches and invested so much money into this one thing. Now, obviously, there was other things, creating offers, learning marketing strategies, all these things too. But like most of what we did was a lot for the messaging because when you can nail your messaging, like things just work, right? So I want to talk about most people's mindset around like hiring a coach and joining a program and like how you really want to switch things up. Let me know if you're on here. I'm on my phone, so this is hopefully you can hear me okay and see me. My mic isn't amazing, and I had a let's see here. I had a whiteboard marker, but I guess we'll go on an adventure to get a whiteboard marker. So what I realized was we've invested so much money in our education. We've invested so much in getting the support. Like I think we're going on $50,000 just in the last year, maybe year and a half or so. So we have a whiteboard in our living room. Yes. That's been obviously a big upgrade of the house. So, and this is the thing is most people think that when you join a business, or excuse me, when you invest into a program, you start here, right, wherever you are, and then boom, like way up here, right? It's like, and sometimes that happens. We've had several clients. We've had clients that have went from losing 70% of their clientele, going from offline to online, to landing 138K in 6 weeks. We've had people do 73K and sign clients in a few weeks. We've had people go to six figures working with us, pretty quickly and coming through like one thing of our program. But what I want, and this hasn't happened to us, right? We've had little spikes where we would join a program and it would be like this, right? It would be like spike, but then like you always get to a plateau, right? You always get to a plateau, and then you usually start dipping if you don't keep investing and you don't keep on going up to the next level. It's like kind of overly bright. So it's like been like this really for us, and then dip, and then like up, and then dip, and then like up, and then dip, and then up, right? So it's looked more like this than like this, right? This rocket shot. And so when you can come from a place, the mindset of like you're going to be constantly, it's like this. It's and really, if you keep on getting the support, if you keep on going to one of the skills that I can tell you that you can get really good at is discovering your bottlenecks, right? If you look at your business right now, you might have a challenge with attracting an audience. That could be attracting an audience could be your thing, or it could be nurturing an audience. That could be a challenge that you're having, or it could be getting people to actually raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested, or it could be qualifying somebody and seeing if they're a good fit, and all of these have the challenge if you don't. So I'll work backwards. So if you're not qualifying, you're getting on a bunch of calls with people that are not, they don't have the money, they're not committed, they're not serious. If you don't know how to get people to raise their hand, you are probably getting a bunch of engagement on your content, but you're not getting anybody to actually say, I'm interested in how I can support you. And if you're not good at nurturing, you probably have this big audience, but it's very surface level. And um, they're not like really going deep. They're not like really building this connection with you. Uh, so it's like, and then your sales process, maybe it's like your calls, maybe you're getting on a bunch of calls and they're not actually converting into clients. And so it's like, these are like kind of the main set, like obviously then there's like, are you getting the client results, right? And like if you're getting referrals, if you're getting people to re-sign with you, if you're getting people to, if you have other programs and you're like sending them to another level, like those are things that you can tell that you have good, because it's not just about getting amazing results. This is something we realized recently is referrals and ascension and all this stuff isn't just because you get amazing results, because it's like, there was people coming into our program that weren't ready for the program, but they were getting massive transformations in their life, and they were having these transformations in their life, but they hadn't been able to integrate the transformations and start really getting the amazing results in their business. And that's sometimes that happens, right? And so if you're not speaking, if you don't have the right people in your program, getting the ideal people in your program, the ones that are the best for getting the results, sometimes that'll happen is like they're not getting what they expect from joining, but they're getting other results, which is great, but not people are really out to get what they want, what they came for. And so that's it's 100 times more important. This is like a kind of a tirade or whatever, like an offshoot. We'll get back on path. So this is the thing. The mindset when you're investing in a program is this. If you ever heard of The Slightest Edge, there's a book called The Slightest Edge. And the idea is that successful people, if they can get a 1% gain, if they can get a 3% gain, or they can get a whatever percent gain on a program, then what's going to happen is if you start at zero, if you start at 100 and you add a 1%, that puts you at 101 or maybe 3% gain. And then the next program, you compound that effect, right? So have you ever heard of the bamboo? So how bamboo grows is it's like this. It grows under the ground. So this is the ground right here. And bamboo will I think it's like 5 years. You'll plant bamboo and it grows down for roots, right? And then 5 years later, I can't think of the exact, it might be, we'll say 5, but if you know better, let me know. And then, boom, it freaking shoots up like 10 feet tall. So it goes from 0 to like 10 feet. If you ever see somebody that's had like this amazing success, it's because they've been building their foundations for so long. Like if you see somebody like the overnight success, like doesn't actually exist. It's what's happening is people are investing in their foundations down here in their roots. And then all of a sudden it shoots up. We had a client, she joined our program and she resisted the crap out of it. Like did everything to resist all the things in our program, right? And she went through the program and she might have landed like a client or two and it was like just not like super successful. And we're like, oh, well, I guess it, like I'd love to have you back. And she's like, I don't know, I'll think about it type thing. And then 3 months later, she messaged me, she said, I took everything that I learned with you guys and I did $20,000 in this month. And she was doing like $2,000 a month because she wasn't ready to implement all the things in the program when she was in the program. But when she finally got like some space, some sort of breakthrough, something that we said, something finally clicked for her, and then boom, like shot through the roof. And she finally listened. Finally started implementing what we were doing. And it's those people are always amazing because it's like they like obviously she could have came back and we could have got through the blocks, supported her through it, maybe didn't have to wait another 3 or 6 months or whatever it was. But it's really cool seeing people like down the road take what we have take what we taught them months ago, or even years ago, and go and implement and start and crushing it. So hopefully this is helpful. If you want support in any of these areas, right? In the building the audience, in the nurturing the audience, in the getting people to raise their hands, in the qualification for that qualification, in the call process, or really just kind of how to put this all together online. Let's have a conversation, kind of see if it's a good fit. Appreciate you. Hopefully everybody's having an awesome day. Chat soon.